Alright, we are back for part 2 of Tradeful backtesting the month of March 2021. So I'm very excited for this. Not up huge on the account. I think we've only taken 2 to 3 trades in the month of March so far. Let's get right into what we are saying. And yeah, so coming in on the daily right now, we did just come in and filled this daily. We didn't come back to it, but we were reacting off a bunch of sell side, buy side liquidity, sweeping that here and all that, and now we're ripping lower, right? So on the 4 hour, what do we have so far? Well, we have this 4 hour gap, which is most likely going to get inverse potentially. On the 2 hour, we have a 2 hour gap, which is, we have a 1 hour gap here, a 1 hour gap here. We also have the 2 hour gap right here, but I'm more focused on the 1 hour. So let's get right into it. We can mark up our most recent sell side liquidity right here. I want to wait for a key level to be hit. We are accumulating right now. I'm just going to go right into market open, wait for something. Boom, key level hit. We're coming into a 15-minute fair value gap. We are, which has already been filled. What about a 30-minute right here? We're in a 30-minute gap as well, which I'm going to label this actually 30. We're inside of a 30. Maybe it's a 1 hour. It's actually a 1 hour. So we tapped in this key level. We don't have really any low resistance resting up here. This actually was the candle that manipulated, so it might be considered high resistance on the 15-minute. There is a 15-minute fair value gap that we were reacting off of. Probably going to have to go down into the 1 hour and look at more draws to mark up, which aren't till down here, so we're going to wait. Like I said, there's low resistance, maybe resting through here, but not really, right? And this just manipulated all this, so we're going to wait. This point it's 9:45. Wait for another 5-minute candle close. Wow. So we reacted off of this 15-minute. We're respecting it. 15-minute candle close, manipulating all through here. On the higher time frame, we do have imbalances resting in between here, here, and here, which is where we could be targeting if we wanted lawns. My biggest thing is going to be these high time frame imbalances that we're actually inside of right now, which would be this 1 hour right here, this 4 hour. This 4 hour, we'll see in the next couple minutes if it wants to inverse it or not. So we're going to let price do its thing. You do get that inversion, kind of a high stop loss. I don't like that. $9.55. Alright, the 4 hour candle closed. Actually rejecting off of this 4 hour gap now. Completely filled it and we rejected. So what am I expecting? I'm expecting to move higher into potentially this 1 hour that we're coming into. Maybe we want to respect it. This 15 minutes is going to tell us a lot. And ideally, if we end up disrespecting this 15-minute, we can look for maybe a pullback or and then go higher to this 1 hour or these draws in liquidity, because there is low resistance and unmitigated imbalances resting higher. So we're going to wait. I can get rid of that 4 hour now though, but we understand what happened there. We're on to the 5-minute. Not liking anything so far. We're inside of this 15-minute. Looks like we might want to inverse this 15-minute. I want to see a pullback. Beautiful. 15-minute actually gets respected, and we tap into this 15-minute. Now, what could we be targeting because of that? And did we hit equilibrium? Dude, this could come back down real quick here. There's no 5-minute inverse to take. It is 10:30 at this point. Is there a 4-minute, 3-minute, 2-minute, 1-minute? Not liking anything so far. Coming back into this 2-minute. That'd actually be really clean. I mean, are we coming into anything resting between there? Maybe there's a 15-minute gap. There's no 15-minute, no 30-minute. It's just not looking super clean to me either way. On the lower time frames, we do have low resistance resting below us. We're going to be getting a 3-minute inversion here. 3-minute inversion if we want to take longs here. Maybe we don't. Like I said, it's looking like we're wanting to push higher potentially. The 4-hour also being respected is a big thing for me. That 4-hour that got respected and completely filled. 2-hour, we are coming into a 2-hour imbalance and then a 1-hour imbalance, which you're pushing deeper inside of. It's a risky trade. Stop loss would be considered. Low resistance, I would say. I mean, if we want to look on the 2-minute, failure swing low, failure swing low, failure swing low, a lot of low resistance resting beneath us. We also have moves resting higher. I'm going to skip out on this trade and just watch how it plays out. Alright, good. W. Stayed the fuck away from that. Took out all this low resistance. Maybe you could say this was the manipulation leg, accumulation, manipulation. This would be a no trade day for me. Yeah, I'd be off. Good thing we avoided that trade and didn't FOMO into it. Obviously, you could say, oh, well, why did you take that? Because we remember that freaking 4-hour that we respected. Like it clearly was bullish. We had to think more in terms of, that's why it's not just going off price. Like you have to go off price action. It's not just your confluences, right? We had a bunch of low resistance resting beneath us, which makes my trade less likely to play out. It's a lower probability. Now, if we had high resistance resting beneath us and low resistance resting above, like we did have low resistance resting above, then that'd be nice. But that wasn't the case. So we're going to go from this, we're going to jump to the next New York Open. Wow. So then it comes down, right? And then it rips up for all these low resistance. And that would have been at like 12, 1 o'clock. That's PM. So missed out on that. Drawn liquidity was correct on what we wanted to see. It just wasn't an entry off of that point. This 1 hour gets inverse completely, disrespected. 2 hour, how's this 2 hour look? Two hour gets inversed. We do have buy side liquidity now resting up here. We also have buy side liquidity resting here. And we respected a 2 hour gap, ripped us lower. We actually end up getting a inversion as well on this. So we're clearly showing bearish order flow as of right now, from what I'm seeing on a 4 hour time frame. We do have 4 hour sell side actually resting right here. Clearly bearish. Inverse the 4 hour, respected this 2 hour, inverse that 4 hour, right? And inverse this 2 hour. but we do get imbalance left behind. So now we have an imbalance in price. 1 hour, what is the 1 hour telling us? The 1 hour has buy side liquidity resting right here, buy side liquidity, and no sell side liquidity on the 1 hour that I would be looking at. 1 hour also has a 1 hour imbalance right here. 1 hour. Ideally, I would like to see it tap into this key level, this 1 hour, push higher, maybe come into this 2 hour, and then go from internal to external, continue lower. But we're going to sit patiently here. Overall, I'm bearish as of right now coming into the market. We are generating high resistance here, generating low resistance here, right in the market open. Let's see what it does. Probably rips up higher. Oh, what would you know? So we just ripped higher into this 1 hour now. Or I believe coming into 1 hour equilibrium. This would be, we'll see if we have news today as well. Yep, we're in the discount. When you go into the calendar, United States, so jobless claim, jobless. What's code to tell us inside this? Well, we have a 15-minute XG resting right here. This can get respected, and we can look for an inversion. We might be able to go lower here. 15-minute. Oh. R54. So we have the 15-minute right here. Wanting to see this get. We do have high resistance resting right here. But on the higher time frame, like I said, we are leaning off bearish coming into the day. I mean, huge displacement lower. Like I said, inverse this 4 hour gap. Before that, we respected this 2 hour push us lower. Where are we probably going for? We haven't swept anything of significance. We're probably going for this draw right here, which I'm assuming is what we're getting this pullback for into this 15-minute. And we want to see price respect it and continue lower. All right. Well, it's looking like we're going to respect this. We can wait for the highest time frame inversion, which would be this 2-minute as of right now. Wait for that candle close. Oh, no inverse. I don't like that. It's taking 1, 2, 3, 4 candles to inverse. Not a fan of that. 5-minute, there is no 5-minute fair value gap here. 15-minute still being respected. And we came into this 1 hour, completely filled in the 1 hour. I'm wanting to see a high time frame inversion. We're kind of just consolidating. So what are we consolidating off of now, though? Well, now we have generated a bunch of low resistance on the 1 minute. We're accumulating higher. We got our manipulation. I'm wanting to see distribution. I'm wanting to see a clean inversion. Is what I need to see. Oh fuck! I thought I fucked it up. Well, we get an inversion. It took a lot of candles to inverse, so it's not a super clean inversion, but just targeting a 1-to-1. Put our stop loss up to here. That'd be considered a 1-to-1. That 2-minute ended up getting inverse. It took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 candles to inverse. This would be a lower probability inversion, which I don't like, but we made high resistance here, accumulation. Like, let's look on the 2-minute again. We're generating low resistance, and we were making high resistance, right? Making high resistance. And then on top of that, if this 15-minute is getting respected, right? Off this inversion, if this inversion is truly valid, this 15-minute will get respected, and our drawn liquidity will be this, and it might want to run lower, right? And we're coming into that 1 hour, respecting it, and like I said, coming into the day, all the bearish order flow that we were getting. So I'm going to put this trade on. I don't like how many candles it took to inverse, so it's not super clean. It could be a fade, but let's just risk 1%. Execute sell order. All right. This 5-minute low, I'm going to put my stop loss lower. Bang. And that's a beauty. How long does it run for? Makes a reversal. So it would have ran all the way for a 1.7. This is all you needed. All you needed was right here. Quick trade, played out beautifully. That's what I like to do. Beautiful. That was bread and butter. I just didn't like how many candles that it took to inverse that 2 minute fair value gap, but you know, that's fine. That was just beautiful overall. That's a great trade to learn from. New York, let's go to the next New York. And we flood the face even more. Wow. Now we gotta mark up some new draws on liquidity potentially. So we're gonna get rid of this, get rid of this, get rid of this. Leave it at that. We're gonna go into the 4 hour. We have a lot of low resistance on that 1 hour. So what do we have now? We have this 4 hour gap right here. We're going to be getting 4 hour buy side liquidity. Most likely, if not that, we have 2 hour buy side, so you can just count on that. I'm going to be marking us up as sell side liquidity resting right here. Relative equal lows. So that's also nice to see. Now this is what I was talking about with that low resistance resting higher to failure swing highs right here on the higher time frame. So that's always important to pay attention to. And I mean another one right here. This would be buy side liquidity. So that's something we're paying attention to right now. That 2 hour resting up here, which is unfilled. Anything on the daily, always important to check the daily. No imbalances, no nothing to worry about on the daily as of right now. The daily is looking bearish on just this candle, but overall it's looking bullish. But I'm not really worried about that. I'm more focused on what do we have resting lower. We have a 2 hour gap right there. We have, I believe, which is down here is a 1 hour gap, which I'll just spread out. So on the 4 hour, what do we see? We got an inverse of this 4 hour gap right here, which is nice to see. You got an inverse of that 4 hour gap. This would be a Friday. What's the news for the Friday? No news Friday. All right, that's what we like to see. 4 hour inversion. We're coming lower, sleeping out a bunch of sell side liquidity. Two-hour inverse, most likely we're wanting to get on the 1 hour. Then what is the 1 hour telling us? Do we have any imbalances resting above on the 1 hour? No, not that I see, but we are going to get this 1 hour inverse. I'm probably looking for this to be the drawn liquidity. We have this big candle down. We're going to let this open up. We are generating buy side liquidity, which is looking like we might want to go out and get it beforehand. No, we're going right for that sell side. Kind of just chopping around. Generating buy side liquidity would be nice. It'd be nice if we generate some buy side liquidity like up here, here, right? And right here, if we can generate that, sweep down. We're making high resistance lower, sweep down lower, tap into this key level, which is what? This 4 hour gap. Sweep out these draws in liquidity and look for a reinspection of a 15 or 30 minute fair value gap. And we want to see a move higher from there, for my opinion. That's just lower time frame, but we'll align that with the higher time frame once the key level actually is getting hit. Beautiful. Sweep of all those before we get a big move up. We now have tapped into that 4 hour. Is there a 15 minute resting over here? No. Is there a 30 minute? We do have a 30 minute imbalance in here, which has already been tapped into, but we're still going to mark that up just because it is. Okay, bro. It's so annoying. This 30 minute here now is what we're looking at. Is there a 1 hour in there as well? There's a 1 hour gap there as well, which we're going to see. We might want to fill deeper into. I want to see, what time is it now? It is 10:05. So the 30 minute candle might have just closed actually. It's going to be interesting. Like I said, we get rid of this now. I'll keep the last sell side liquidity on there just to pay attention to. We have generated buy side liquidity now, resting higher. We are kind of accumulating, making high resistance lower. I want to see the highest time frame inversion, which would be this 5 minute. Yeah, we're going to get that inversion. Depending on where this goes, where would your stop loss be? Down to here. What are we targeting? Accumulation zone highs. Basically a 1-to-1. This is a bigger trade. Alright, now let's look at the higher time frame. We're coming out of this 4 hour, which we just respected, so we're trying to lawn back into it, but we also just tapped in this 4 hour, this 30 minute. The 2 hour gave the inversion, the 1 hour gave the inversion, but we did tap into all these draws. We could get some good reaction off of this. This 30 minute, if it wants to continue to respect, that'll be perfect. We're just wanting to see a 5 minute inversion, and it's taken 1, 2, 3 candles to do it. Alright, that's beautiful. We do have 2 5 minutes to stop this from going ballistic, but I'm going to jump to, I'm going to order, market order, risk 1%, see how this wants to play out. And we're shooting for a 1-to-1 only. I mean, on the 15 minute too. We have, the only thing we need to worry about is this 15 minute up here. So we're going to let this move. Don't want to see really any black. Just want to see it push higher and higher. Oof, seen a little bit of black. It's fine if it does give a little pullback into that 5 minutes as long as it doesn't inverse it. Could go break even here. I don't know if I want to do that. I mean, the 1 minute's looking pretty nice. 5 minute. That is a nice high to put it at. I think I'd go break even at this point. Break even's getting put in. We're just holding for a 1-to-1. That's all we need. Actually, I'm going to pause this here because I can look at that 15 minute. We respected that 15 minute. Might as well just close now, but just let this either hit break even or continue to go higher. We'll see. And we got break even, which is fine. Alright, just had to pause this, had to use the bathroom. Yeah, that's a break even. Did it run for a 1-to-1? No. Would have been silly to just to close out, but it would have hit break even. Does it continue to go higher or does it go lower? It goes higher. Damn, that would have played. Drawn liquidity is correct. If we're going to this buy side, we'll let this play out. Do we go for that buy side? And I'm assuming yes, we're just continuing to make higher highs. Probably going to do it again here. Or we're falling off. Consolidating. But this would have ran for a 1 to 2.8. Nice. So that's break even. Just one thing we can notice. Right now we can go to the 1 hour, get rid of some stuff that we did already tap into. We have this 4 hour here. I'm going to get rid of this 30 minute. 4 hour. Yeah, we can just jump ahead and jump to New York Open. We actually just push higher and higher. So yeah, that tap into the 30 minute, that 4 hour was bullish. That was nice to see. That's always great to see. Now we can actually mark up some stuff here coming in. We are pushing a little more bullish. We have generated a lot of low resistance resting sell side. Dude, high resistance, low resistance is such a cheat code when it comes to trading. It doesn't make everything click, but it helps for sure. Up candle, down candle, up candle, down candle. Yeah, I wouldn't consider that a low. So this 4 hour has been inversed, right? Yes, the 4 hour got inversed. We can get rid of that. We had a 4 hour inverse. We're looking very bullish. The 2 hour time frame. We came into this 2 hour. So I also inversing that 4 hour. Bearish for value gap, confirming bullish order flow. We respected this 2 hour for value gap, which is also confirming a continuation of bullish order flow. We're looking bullish, very, very bullish. You could say this is sell side liquidity now if you go on the 2 hour. On the 1 hour, we're pushing higher and higher. No imbalances to the left of us to stop us from going higher. That's for sure. At least high time frame. We have this 1 hour gap, which you're actually coming inside. I think if we inverse this, that will tell me, hey, we'll want to go at least a little bit lower, maybe for all this low resistance resting here. If we don't inverse this and we respect this, we'll probably want to go higher for the draws that we have resting above. Which I'll go to the daily, just check out the daily. No daily for value gaps that I can see. I'm assuming we're going to go higher, but maybe I'm wrong. Alright, we can go in that 1 hour now. I did mark this out as a 1 hour, didn't I? Okay, good, I did. Now we can go to the 5 minute. Like this is it. We are generating high resistance right now. We have a lot of low resistance resting lower. I'm assuming we're going to dump off. Is there a 30-minute sell side? It's made at 5:30. Yeah, so that's where we could potentially go. What about Asian session draws? Nothing for really any session draws that I'm looking at. Wow, we are respecting that. That is crazy. Is there news? 9 a.m. Home sales. So we just swept out all that buy side liquidity. Okay. So yeah, we swept that buy side liquidity. Now we are respecting this 1 hour. It's looking like we might continue to go bullish unless there's an imbalance resting above us that could tell us differently. No 30-minute. We do have an order block that we're coming into. 15-minute. Nothing on the 15-minute that's really catching my eye other than that order block. So we're going to let this play out a little bit. We do have news at 9, so I'm going to wait to take a trade till 9. Alright, well, news came out. Well, it's about to. Well, we respected this 5-minute. We're clearly pushing more and more bullish as the trade is going on. I mean, is there anything we're tapping into now? Ooh. 30-minute. Is there a 1 hour or no 1 hour? No 1 hour, but we do have a 30-minute that I'd like to see actually get pushed into on top of the sweep of liquidity and get a move off of that actually to come back down, because prices, I feel like price needs to rebalance. I mean, right there it already did, so but I want to see it tap into that 5-minute, 30-minute. We're rejecting off of it. News came out. Not liking anything. Now we tap into that 30-minute. Alright, let's see what it wants to do from here. I think the 30-minute candle is actually going to close here. And it did, respecting it. We did sweep out that drawn liquidity. Is there any imbalance now between us? We do have a 30-minute resting below us. Price might want to come back down into. Might. but that's also counter trend. We are very bearish. But even targeting internal to continue to go external isn't a bad idea. I mean, clearly bullish, respected that 1 hour, pushing higher, but we're respecting this 30-minute. So I'd like to see low resistance, which we have low resistance resting below us. I don't want to see a high time frame inversion. You could say says 1, 2. At this point, it's cooked. Move would have just been lawns. You could have gone in here at 939 for like a continuation after respecting this. And then maybe you could look for an inversion off of that. Which you don't get an inversion off of that, I don't think. No. Maybe you look for it up here at 1020. No room for an inversion. We get a 1 at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's terrible. Yeah, respectfully, no entries for this day. This would be March 22nd. So we can get rid of all of this. That 30 minutes getting destroyed. We know that for sure. I'm just going to get rid of this buy side liquidity. Okay, bro. Get rid of this buy side liquidity. We can keep that for now. We can get rid of this 1 hour because we already know we respected it. We have the 30-minute that can stay there. We'll just jump to the next New York Open. And we go much higher. Much higher. So now what do we see? You see buy side liquidity. Resting here, we have relative equal highs, which is a very nice strong liquidity. What do we have resting lower? Well, we can get rid of this. I'm going to drag out this 2 hour. I'm going to go to the 4 hour first out of anything. Well, so on the 4 hour, we have a 4 hour imbalance now resting beneath us. That has not been tapped into yet. So we have the 4 hour imbalance resting beneath us. We have 4 hour sell side liquidity resting beneath us. That did inverse here, but it didn't do much, so I'm assuming we might have respected something. There we go. This gets inversed. Now we can go into the 2 hour. The 2 hour, this gets respected, which actually causes us to go lower. So that's something to note, that got respected. We have just swept out previous draws in liquidity. We are looking very bullish, in my opinion. My only thing now is looking at good draws on liquidity. I'm assuming we'll want to go higher. We have those relative equal highs resting right above us in the 1 hour. Any fair value gaps on the 1 hour? We do. We have a tiny 1 hour fair value gap, but remember, size does not matter. It's about what lies inside. We have a 1 hour up here that we've already filled, but if we get an inversion on that, maybe we get something off of that. I'm going to wait. We'll let market open a little bit. This would be considered a no news Tuesday. We do have low resistance resting beneath us, which we actually end up going to go get. I'd like to see at least a tap into that 1 hour. That's exactly what I wanted to see. If we tap into this 1 hour, if we can respect it, we might want to, I'm assuming that's going to be my condition, and then we'll want to go higher. We have a 15-minute here as well, which is going to tell me a lot. We did just sweep out 15-minute lows. We're going to go to the 5-minute and look for what else? I mean, we were creating high resistance, resting higher, so we don't have much on that. We have a lot of low resistance, resting lower. Kind of want to let this play. Wait to see if this 1 hour truly wants to be respected. I'd like to see generation of buy side liquidity here as well. Alright, what are we seeing? This 1 hour is getting respected. That's what I notice. We have no inversion to target. We do have low resistance now that we have kind of built up on the lower time frames. Looking for a highest time frame inversion, which I'm not seeing anything of. Be nice to see a little pullback. Just sweeping out that fucking generation of buy-side liquidity, which I don't like. I want to see a pullback, if anything. Maybe push a little higher and create a pullback, but it's just taking out all my buy-side liquidity that I wanted to see get touched into. Oh fuck, I just fucked up. Alright, well now, we respected that 1 hour, for sure. So I'm assuming we're wanting to go for these draws now. So I wanted to see, and I don't get an inversion anywhere between here, so I wanted to see, and let's just make sure on the 4 minute, no, 3 minute, no, 2 minute, no, 1 minute. You could say this is one that ends up getting inversed, but so that is the whole leg. So maybe you enter it in there. If anything, where did this close? Oh, never mind. You would have had to enter up here. Fuck that. It's basically a 1-to-1. We're going to wait for a pullback, if anything. Well, this 5 minute actually opens up, and we do get a pullback into it. Is there a 30 minute resting to the left of us? Well, no, we are pushing deep into. Is there a 15 minute? We do have a 15 minute right here that we did just respect. I want to see a clean inversion off of this, which we don't have much to. Yeah, I'm not liking anything right now. I'd like to see a pullback deeper into this. That's what I like to see. Make sure to inverse that 5 minute. There is no, we just have high resistance now. If we were to take a long here, more low resistance resting here. I want to wait for this to give a candle closure. It's looking quite bullish off of that. It's 3 minute. There is a 3 minute inversion we can take here. We do get that inversion, so we could mark this up here. Be a 1-to-2. Targeting what? Just as high would be a 1-to-1. That could just be my target for this, because this is what I'm saying. Obviously, we're bullish with respecting this 1 hour, and we got a 1 hour break of structure, which is nice. But we're coming back into this 2 hour, which has already been filled. This 30 minute is looking like it might get respected, and if it does, this trade's probably cooked. The 15 minute, this 15 minute didn't even get inverse, it got respected. So did this 15 minute. So we could begin to move to go lower, and it's all going to depend on this inversion. If this 5 minute inverses, yeah, this thing's cooked. If it doesn't, then we're good. Personally, if I'm looking at low resistance, I mean, some generated buy side, high, failure swing high. I like this, but I also really don't at the same time. I mean, we're just targeting the 1-to-1 here, and if this 5 minutes truly getting respected, I mean, 1025, it's looking like it's going to get respected. We didn't get crazy rejection off of it though. And then this inversion was pretty clean displacement on the inversion. I'm going to execute this. Now that we're getting fucked, it's going to be nice. Alright. Let's let this baby play. Oh, it's not looking good. Yeah, fuck me. It's so retarded. It's so fucking retarded. Damn. Yeah, 5 minute gets inverse. What do you fucking know? Now, what did we do wrong with that then? Is there anything wrong with it? I mean, that wasn't even close to playing out. It's gonna go lower and lower for that fucking. Now it takes out some manipulation. Now it's going to make its move, and now it goes for the drawn liquidity. Fuck. What did it come into? What did it respect? Nothing. That did absolutely nothing. Maybe there was like a fucking SMT. So yeah, we just got cooked on that. So we can mark up, get rid of this. You can get rid of that 1 hour because that thing just got respected. That's so silly. We were bullish. The draw on liquidity was correct. It just didn't play out in my favor, which is fine. I'm going to mark this up as sell side liquidity now, though, because that's what it is. We can jump to the next day. How much higher does this baby want to go? Sweeps it out, and then we get all this low resistance, so that's a nice reversal it gave. Now we've kind of been consolidated too. Tapped into this 4 hour, respected this 4 hour. We get a nice big move to go higher. So we're going to go to this 4 hour. This already got tapped into. This 2 hours been completely used, so I don't really care about it anymore. Just going to mark out draws on liquidity on the 4 hour, 4 hour buy side liquidity, draw on liquidity, up candle, down candle, up candle, down candle. What else can we mark up really? 2 hour, that is 2 hour buy side liquidity. Would say this is sell side. You would say this is sell side too. Tapping into here, you would say that 4 hour could be protected. We're playing into a 2 hour gap right now, which could be my condition. We have a 1 hour. Let's go on the 1 hour. Nothing of significance as of right now. Alright, so on the daily, what do we see? No daily imbalance as of right now. Oh, yeah, we do have a daily imbalance resting in between here. So we have a daily bullish imbalance that price might want to come to. 4 hour, we respected this 4 hour. It's pushing us higher. On the 2 hour, we're coming to this 2 hour. I'm going to have to see what price wants to do off of this 2 hour gap. So we're going to wait. We're going to go to the 5 minute and let price do its thing. What do we see right now too? We are generating a bunch of buy side liquidity all throughout here on the 5 minute, creating low resistance. This 2 hour could be our manipulation. Boom. Pushing lower. That daily is not till there. That's so fucking annoying. Fuck off. This 4 hour, I don't know if we want to go for this 4 hour or we have no other draws stopping it from going there. On the 30 minute, there's no 30 minute imbalances on the 15 minute. I'm not seeing anything on the 15 minute to reject off of. This 2 hour is looking like it's wanting to get disrespected in inverse, which will probably come lower now for this 4 hour. Dude, they need to fuck off with that shit. Let's let this play out until close to 10 o'clock. They need to stop. That's been like more than 5 times, I feel like, in the last literally 2 minutes. Now this is where it can get nice. We tapped into this 4 hour. Now the tricky part is we have the daily we just tapped into as well. We might want to fill deeper. What is... Fuck off. I'm getting rid of that questionnaire shit. I will. I swear I will. We have this 2 hour here. We have 1 hour in there as well. You could say this would be sell side liquidity. Rest and right beneath there. Alright, how do I get rid of this? I'm going to crash out on them fuckers. We're getting rid of it. Edit questions. Remove. 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 There. Now I got no questions to deal with. I was getting tired of that shit. 320. Actually, I'm gonna have to get off here in a little bit. Hold up. Okay, what do we see as of right now? We displaced into this 2 hour and the 1 hour gap here. When does that close? In 10 minutes it would. Want to see how this reacts off of it. Alright, at that point. So that 2 hour actually got inversed. So 2 hour gets inversed. The 1 hour gets inversed as well, but this 4 hours gets respected. Yeah, and we tapped into that daily. I am low-key thinking we want to move up a little higher from here. Now, not all the way, but I'm going to keep that one. We have a 30-minute imbalance up here, which we could come into. 15-minute. Is there a 15-minute imbalance resting beneath there as well? That could tell me if we respected it. I don't know, but we do have a 15-minute resting up here. We just sweep that out. Maybe that's what we wanted to do. Like I said, all this generation up here, we are generating high resistance beneath us. Looking for the highest time frame inversion to be this 3-minute right now. Well, now we're looking at the 4-minute. Fuck. We're looking at this 5-minute. So it looks like this is going to give the inverse. Where it stops down to here. All we need is a 1-to-1, but we can target up to this 15-minute. Now, why am I bullish? This 4 hour got respected. We just swept out, and then we give manipulation. So we come into this, we get true manipulation, sweep that out, and now we're getting a 5-minute inverse. It's looking more overall bullish after this 4 hour. So I'm gonna wait for this candle to close. Beautiful. And we're gonna order. Market, well, not limit order, market order. Risk 1%. All we need is the 1-to-1. I'm gonna move this back up here. 5-minute, 4-minute. We are generating low resistance here, but we did get true manipulation off of this, so I do like to see that. We do have low resistance resting higher and unfilled 15 minutes, so I'm gonna wait. Entry was a little late in the day too. It took 1, 2, 3 candles to inverse. Could go break even here. After it hits that 5-minute intermediate high. We could go break even here now. All we need is, we're targeting this 15-minute. And we have a 5-minute in there as well. I could go break even now. Make it risk free. I'm gonna let it ride. This is a 1-to-1. It is at, what are we coming into? Hey, I'm targeting that high. I'm gonna let it ride. Bang. Bang! Chicken dinner. Look at that. Beautiful. Nice 1-to-1.26. Targeted into this 15-minute. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And it goes a little higher. I'm assuming we respect the 50-minute. And we do. So this runs for a total of 1-to-1.8. Isn't that nice? Now we can look to just before I'm gonna have to end this because my girlfriend's about to be here. Oh, I think she's here. We have 1 loss, 1 win, 2 wins, 3 wins, break even. Oh, did it not go through? Okay, I'm gonna get this uploaded. I got shit I gotta do.
How many candles did you get?
I got a lot of candles. Alright. This is the last trade that we took. Easy bread and butter. I'm gonna get everything else marked up for the next day going into it. But yeah, as of right now, we're doing pretty solid on the account. Just get this marked up. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Just jump to the next New York Open. We rip lower after coming into that 15-minute. Probably respect it, which was around here. Actually bought a bunch of sell side. And from here, I'm going to leave this 4-hour here. I'm going to just make this so it's easier to do later. Buy side liquidity. And then we can go to the 2-hour. 2 hours looking pretty nice. We got this up here, buy side liquidity. An inversion of this 2-hour gap. 2-hour. Beautiful, beautiful. And then we can just leave it off at that after we mark out sell side here. But I'll get this uploaded and then I'll do either later tonight or tomorrow. I'll finish off the month of March on March 25th. There's a 1-hour gap here too. We got buy side liquidity here. Beautiful. Yeah, I'll get this uploaded. Peace.